Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Transfer portal post-spring been open about a week now. Going to remain open until April the 30th for undergraduates. In Tennessee, been kind of calm. Only one casualty up until yesterday with Elijah Herring entering his name in the transfer portal. You guys kind of surprised by that? Jump in the comments section. What do you think it is? Is it the culture? Is it the competitive atmosphere that Josh Heupel has created for this football team? I know a lot of us really kind of thought maybe you would lose some wide receivers to the transfer portal, but up until yesterday, Elijah Herring, the only name that had entered, and then we got this yesterday afternoon. Matt Zenitz puts out Tennessee defensive lineman Jason Jenkins is expected to enter the transfer portal. 6'6", 280-pound New Jersey native, was part of the Vols 2022 recruiting class, played in 6 games last season and had just 4 tackles. You know, he's a guy that was quietly having a solid spring. You go back to Rodney Garner meeting with the media early during spring camp. This is what he had to say. He said, Jason is just a blue-collar guy. He comes to work every day with his lunchbox. He puts in the work, and you have seen that guy grow leaps and bounds. I mean, he truly has taken steps where he can really have a role on this defense. I think he's gained the respect of his peers because nobody's given him anything. I mean, he's had to work for every little thing that he's gotten, and man, you have seen him do that? You know, and you look, you know, best of luck to Jason Jenkins, you know, kind of buried on that depth chart. We talk about the strength of this football team in 2024 being on that defensive line, and he's kind of buried, but we know also that the way Rodney Garner is going to utilize his room is he's going to rotate a lot of guys. And if you look in front of Jason Jenkins, Tyree West, a junior, Dominic Bailey, a redshirt senior, and you kind of want that culture, that atmosphere where a guy like Jason Jenkins would just continue to come in and go to work. But again, sounded like he was having a pretty solid spring, quietly in the background, putting in the work. You wish he would stick around, wait it out, wait his turn. But I get it. You know, I understand why a guy like Jason Jenkins would look to go to the portal, whether he's looking for playing time or whatever the case may be. One thing I don't like about this situation is Brent Hubbs put on VolQuest yesterday after the news came out. He said that Jason Jenkins has not met with the Tennessee coaches, that he put the request in via Tennessee's compliance department to have his name entered into the transfer portal. Now, that doesn't mean he won't meet with the coaches or he's not met with the coaches yet, but I would kind of like a guy to sit down and have a conversation before jumping into the transfer portal. Again, speculation. Who knows what conversations are going to take place or maybe took place, you know, last night. Maybe Jason Jenkins ultimately comes back to Tennessee, right? Just because you enter your name into the portal doesn't mean that you're required to leave. But that's Tennessee's second casualty of the spring. Elijah Herring into the portal, Jason Jenkins into the portal. Again, I don't think either one of those guys is really going to impact Tennessee in this upcoming season in 2024. But again, what do you think? Do you guys see any other players? I continue to keep my eyes open for possibly a wide receiver entering the portal. But you guys let me know in the comment section if you think Tennessee's going to lose anybody else. We got another potential target that I want to take a look at. But as always, I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up just below this video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, it helps the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We're not reporters. We're not journalists. We don't pretend to be any of that. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. Die-hard, psychotic Tennessee Vol football fans that talk Tennessee Vol football all day, every day of the year. If you like that idea, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live later tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, every Tuesday night. We break out NCAA 14 revamped. We play some video games. We hang out. We talk recruiting. We talk transfer portal. We talk about anything and everything relating to Tennessee football. So come hang out for that tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But let's go look at a potential target. Saw this yesterday. Scrolling through Twitter, Brian Staley, Braylon Staley's dad, tagged me up and said, "Hey, Boogie, what do you think of this?" I immediately said, "Oh, Brian, do you know something I don't know? Is this a potential target?" We had a conversation in the DMs. He said, no, I just think this would be a great fit for what we need on the offensive line. You can see there from 247 Sports, Zach Owens has entered the transfer portal. 6'6", 365-pound lineman, was a 4-star recruit in the class of 2023. Now, we know, right? We look at this offensive line going into 2024 and also moving into the future. We talk about depth. I like the starters, but who's going to lock down that left guard position? We saw Shamrod Umarov kind of slide from tackle to guard during the spring game. He's been working that guard position throughout spring camp. Dane Davis has ran some there at the left guard position. Is it Andrej Karic Who's going to ultimately lock down that left guard? But I think Zach Owens would have an opportunity to come here and compete, whether he's competing for the starting job or adding depth and looking to compete for that job maybe in 2025. Last season, he only played 13 offensive snaps in 2 games while redshirting, but again, shows me he's got a lot of eligibility. A redshirt freshman with plenty of football in front of him. He was a 4-star in the class of 2023, ranked inside the top 200 nationally. So an elite prospect coming out of high school at that interior offensive line position. Here's a scouting report. Because, again, we don't have a whole lot to go by with college football. He's only played 13 snaps. But coming out of high school, here's the scouting report from Gabe Brooks over at 247 Sports. Says he packs a powerful punch with overwhelming strength versus high school competition. Simply swallows up many opponents and flashes knockdown power at the point of attack and on the move, whether as a puller or climbing to the second level. Says he displays impressive movement ability relative to size and bulk. Capable pass protector whose ceiling in that department should be quite high. Kick slides naturally and shows encouraging heavy-handedness when setting. Bends better than expected and plays with good leverage relative to higher center of gravity. Goes on to say will likely provide a roster value as a tackle guard combo player. Again, versatility. I like that. Among the top offensive line prospects in the 2023 recruiting cycle with potential to become an impact multi-year starter at the high major level. Very high floor prospect with physical traits that could lead to a ceiling in the top half of the NFL draft. So you look at the prospect he was coming out of high school, obviously highly rated, 4-star, top 200, high top half of the NFL draft possibilities coming out with the scouting report there out of high school. Now, does Tennessee kick the tires here, right? The old saying, do they kick the tires? I've not seen anything yet. I've not seen anything on VolQuest. I've not seen anything on GoVols 247. I've not seen anything really anywhere. This is just, I think, a perfect fit for this offense at the left guard position. Now, did Tennessee recruit him out of high school? Absolutely. Offered back in August of 2021. No real momentum there. And when I was searching the VolQuest boards, when I saw Zach Owens' name, the only few times I saw it was people complaining about Glenn Ellerbe missing in recruiting, right? Francis Mauangoa, Lucas Simmons, the guys that he missed in the class of 23, the class of 22. When we talk about offensive line depth and lack thereof, it's because Glenn Ellerbe missed on a couple of cycles when he first took over. Now, that said, I think he's doing a great job. I think the class of 2024, locking down 3 guys inside the on 300, I think that's huge. In Bennett Warren, Max Anderson, William Satterwhite. Obviously, we talk a lot about Gage Ginther. You know, we had Kyler Kirbyson on the show. He loves him some Gage Ginther, and I think Kyler Kirbyson knows a little something about playing offensive line at the University of Tennessee. So if he likes Gage Ginther, I like Gage Ginther too. And then you look at the class of 25. Obviously, the huge opportunities in front of Glenn Ellerbe. If he can lock down Jalen Matthews, if he can lock down David Sanders, Josh Petty, but he's got to get it done. You got to close. But Zach Owens' name popped up as a missed opportunity for Glenn Ellerbe. Can he make it right in the transfer portal? You know, we saw him go get Lance Hurd. That was absolutely huge for Glenn Ellerbe. And when you talk about recruiting, you've got to include the portal along with that. So Tennessee offered back in August of 2021. Some of the visits he took: Florida, Ohio State, Georgia Tech, Georgia, South Carolina, FSU. Once Clemson offered in March of 2022, Zach Owens was committed within 3 months. Now, it did get interesting down the stretch. He decommitted from Clemson on October the 13th. Then he attended the Clemson game at Florida State as a visitor for Florida State just a handful of days later, 2 days later on October the 15th. And then 3 days after that, he recommitted back to Clemson, and that's where he ended up for his 1 year of college football. But I think this would be a huge opportunity for Glenn Ellerbe to go get some depth on that offensive line. Potential starter. Again, he's massive, 6'6", 375 pounds, redshirt freshman. Plenty of eligibility in front of him. What do you guys think? Jump into the comment section. Let's talk about it. Is Zach Owens a fit for this football team? Where else would you like to add somebody? Running back, we've talked a lot about that. Any other position? Secondary, maybe? Jump into the comments. Let's have a conversation. And as always, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. I would greatly appreciate it. Quick shout out to all the members of the channel. If you've got a Power T beside your name in the live chat or in the comment section, I appreciate you. You keep this channel moving ahead. You keep the lights on. You give me the opportunity to do this every day. I'm grateful for that. You want to be a part of the family, hit that join button. It's right beside subscribe. You can do that for just $1. $1 a month is all it takes to support this channel, for the fans, by the fans, also fan funded. Could not do it without the members of the channel. But if you can't afford to give, that's great. Smash a thumbs up. No problem there. We would appreciate that. Jump into the comment section. Let's talk about it, because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.